other business I have.
Sobre esta Tahona, sobre esta empresa, todas las personas aquí presentes, que tu gracia nos acompañe siempre para trabajar y dar trabajo a muchas familias, que no les falte el sustento de cada día. Dios eterno y todopoderoso, que creaste al hombre adecuadamente provisto de los bienes de esta vida para que pudiera aspirar a los dones eternos. Atiendan nuestras súplicas y concédenos que, fortalecidos con el consuelo de los bienes terrenales, dispongamos de lo suficiente para nuestra subsistencia y alcancemos finalmente la herencia que tú nos prometes. Y la bendición de Dios Todopoderoso, Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo, descienda sobre ustedes, permanezca para siempre. Amén. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo.
Danos nuestro pan de cada día, perdona nuestras ofensas como nosotros.
We usually only use like 2 trips, so that's our measuring unit, trips. Like every agave trip has about 20 tons of agave, every truckload. So this one holds two truckloads. It can hold up to 3, but we don't really fill it. So we limit it like at 2. So it will probably be at this height, right here.
From the fields to the autoclave or brick oven, the agaves are on their way to becoming tequila.
We have the Tahona and we have the roller mill. So these are going to be for different production lines. This is our traditional method extraction, and this is our artisanal method extraction. So there's a couple of different things that we can get from the products. So obviously, one of them is how much tequila we're gonna make out of each of them. Because this one's not really that optimized. It's not the best way when you're talking about trying to get the most out of it, but it creates a really good profile. So these were all used back in the 60s and 70s. There's a story here. There's one time we didn't have these handles right here. So there was a bank employee who was coming, he was visiting, he was gonna do a loan for us and everything. And you know, when tequila is fermenting, it creates like a little bit of foamy. It looks like a carpet, so he walked right into it and he fell into a fermentation tank.
With different vessels for fermentation, Tequila Carrera can achieve the optimal flavor profile that they're looking for.
This is how we direct it, depending on which sides of the factory are working, it's how we direct the heat. And this one right here, this is our Tahona still. This is the only still that we have that's going to be producing Tequila Carrera Tahona. And the standard Carrera, the one that we already know, it's produced in those 3 stills down there. Copper coil, stainless steel tank. But that's only for rectifying. So in the distillation process, we do double distillation, right? But each one of these distillations has its own name. One of them, we're gonna call the first one, the product that we have there, the Mosco Muerto, it's gonna be destroying, destrozar. That's gonna be the name of the first distillation. And the second distillation is gonna be rectifying, or rectificar. Even though it's the same process, which is heating it up and then condensing it through a coil, it's gonna be named different. And we have specific stills for one process and specific stills for other process, because every still has its own personality as well. So maybe it's the same stainless steel products, but they just yield out different results. Some of them distill a little bit quicker, some of them a little bit slower, so you gotta find the right ones for your product. It's only gonna be higher proof right here. We have a gift for you guys. We have small 50 milliliter bottles with still strength that just came out of here. So you're gonna be able to bring home like a little bit of high proof Tequila Carrera Tahona. But yeah, you can smell it. You can try it if you want. You can try the complexity of.
I don't ask me twice.
Ah, perro, cochino, eh.
It's good.
So we also have French oak red wine barrels over there. They're holding our next batch of Tequila Carrera Dos Maderas.
I just want to start growing agave in the highlands of Jalisco. So he make it to marry his son with Paz Rosales, who was a pretty famous family that produced tequila in the valley. And that's why we brought the technology from the valley to the highlands to produce tequila. And the Camarena family start teaching the other families from the region to produce the tequila in the valley.
A fun fact about that marriage right there. So when Arandas was going to be founded, it was going to be founded either in the Camarena Hacienda or in the Hernandez Hacienda. So they were fighting to see which one was going to get the town hall, right? So when they go to the court and they decide to be like they take a Solomonic decision and be like right in the middle, right where those two haciendas meet, that's where the town hall is going to be. And him, I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, it's just funny that he's a really good looking guy. And the reason of that marriage, or why it was so interesting, because she wasn't the prettiest girl in the town, but she is an Hernandez family member.
Ah, yeah.
So
Arranged.
that was the very first marriage that really positioned the family.
That's why he's standing kind of far away.
Yeah, so, you know, it's interesting because
You love her?
She's pretty.
You can tell. You can
she's
tell.
my grandma.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's my grandma. She's very
Yeah, so the
very
story about my grandma, it's that she widowed when she was 30 years old, and his father-in-law also died after some years. So she was left with 6 sons and a lot of debts from my grandfather. And in an industry where men are pretty dominant, she made her way around, and she was the one who built the distillery and made this a successful company, family company.
In another area of the distillery, meticulous care goes into the bottling of their new Tahona Blanco. Modern machinery hums in rhythm, ensuring each bottle is filled and measured with precision. Around the line, skilled hands place every label with intention. The room buzzes with energy, a loud, living echo of the foundation laid generations ago by the Camarena family. After the tour, it's time to celebrate. Live music fills the air, laughter echoes through the room. Glasses are raised to the newest creation, their Tahona Blanco. Crafted through processes that date back centuries, it stands as a tribute to tradition and to the enduring legacy of the Camarena family.
So as a brand, we always try to keep replicate the processes that my great grandfather used to do. This brand is a tribute to one of our hobbies that we have as a family, which is horse riding. And you know, Arandas is a small town, so there's a few things we can do, and one of those things that we've always done is race horses. So that's basically the identity of the brand. And you know, we have right now our Tahona finally is done, so we're able to replicate and produce tequila in the same ways that my great grandfather used to do, because we already have the stone brick ovens, we have the Tahona, we have the copper pots. So we're very excited, and we think it's important for us to keep that heritage, because it's not only part of us, it's part of every Mexican's heritage, you know, all the processes that make tequila great, and we have to respect them and we have to replicate them.